What's up, guys? I'm Scar here for theScore eSports here with Arcsecond, current jungler for Team Liquid. Unfortunately, you just lost a series 0-3 in the Gauntlet. I understand you guys had a lot of difficulties, and the team especially had a lot of difficulties coming in here. How was the preparation like coming into this weekend?
We're definitely practicing hard. Like we got, apparently this was the most scrims Team Liquid had gotten pretty much throughout their normal splits. So we'd really been doing a lot of broad review, a lot of scrims. Unfortunately, yeah, our record wasn't the best throughout scrims, but we still tried to pretty much give it all of our effort and tried to just pretty much force as much synergy as we could within the time that we had.
A lot of people question like why exactly they brought up a mid lane sub into the jungle. I was told by a couple people that it's because the rosters were locked and they couldn't change anyone. Is that true, or was there another reason why you ended up being the jungler for Team Liquid this week?
Honestly, didn't question it that much. I was just happy to play, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like they couldn't pull out any players from their NACS team, so I was probably just the one they had to look to on their sub list.
How is it playing with Team Liquid? I understand it's been a while. You've been around the challenge scene here and there for a bit. I know you recently started streaming, and it's hard to make the breakthrough, right, to competitive. But you've been on the grind for a bit. Like this is kind of your breakthrough, technically your breakthrough. How was it? Was it for you?
Yeah, it was great finally playing on the big stage. So I was happy to be here. And it was, yeah, it took a little bit. Like the first few days of scrims and comms, I was pretty much just playing. So like I didn't communicate well with the team at all. But I think it slightly improved over the sets. But then, yeah, it still fell apart through the games, I think. Or like team synergy still wasn't where we wanted it to be.
I understand you replaced Dardoch. He was a big voice on the Team Liquid. Him and Matt were the two shot callers of the team, were the main shot callers. Because they now don't have Dardoch anymore, was it really a struggle for you guys to close out the games? Like I understand you had leads in your first two games.
Yeah, exactly. I think our rotations and our macro play fell apart throughout the first and second game. Third game was a little harder to play the macro, but yeah, so normally we have Matt and Sam, and I do some of the objective calling, but then how we set it up wasn't quite right. Like the first game we had good Baron control, but then we forced the fight offhand. Like we had most people starting it, and they were coming in, and then we had Sam going for the flank, and we weren't quite ready to respond with him. So he was 1v5 for a little bit. So it was just kind of like the timing with how we set it up wasn't quite right.
So, as your first competitive experience on the jungler, do you prefer this role to mid lane? Or are you gonna make the swap coming into like the coming weeks?
I'm not sure, but I definitely enjoy jungle. Like those are the roles I queue up for solo queue. Like mid jungle have been the roles, but now we had to try to learn the competitive junglers or meta junglers. So I just like playing the game, and those are my two favorite roles. But we'll see what happens in the future.
How was it working with the team, and specifically Loco Doco? I understand not many people know what happens behind the scenes, especially how coaches teach you. What's something that really you took away from this practice, two weeks of practice with Liquid?
Pretty much just how I communicate with the team, like just transferring basic knowledge, just saying, hey, I'm just doing Gromp camp right now. I'm on this buff. I'm gonna come here next. I'm gonna look for, like, just trying to communicate what my plan is throughout the game. Just every little bit of information that you can't do that in solo queue without voice comms, but you can do that in competitive play.
I understand there aren't any really big expectations for Liquid, especially with your announcement and the Jint announcement. Was it like kind of a weight off your shoulders, not having to play under like huge pressure, or did you still kind of feel it a little bit while the series was progressing?
Oh, I definitely felt it. I think, yeah, like Liquid is considered one of the top organizations in the league scene, so I definitely wanted to do my best for them. And I'm sure our fans and Liquid are a bit disappointed with their performance, but hopefully in the off season we can improve. Yeah.
Speaking about Speaking about the off season, what are your plans for the off season? Like I asked you if you're gonna go, what role you're gonna play, but is there anything on the horizon for you? Something big that you want to let people know?
Honestly, haven't thought about it that far. Just pretty much just preparing for the games. I've just been practicing jungle. I'll probably return to streaming a lot more again, and then for roles, I'm not sure. I'll probably just continue. I'm not sure what I'll put first as jungler, mid, and solo queue, but I'll definitely still be playing and looking to do more streaming.
Uh, Usually it's really hard to be a challenger player if you don't have some kind of alternative revenue or like streaming, for instance. I noticed that you've turned more to streaming recently. This is kind of a sensitive subject. What is it like being in the challenger scene for a long period of time? I talked to Matt, Liquid Matt, about it, and he literally said the words, "It's like being in the ghetto." So I want your opinion, someone who's been in the challenger scene for about a year or two, if I remember correctly. Like, just what is it like?
Yeah, it's rough. You pretty much just go by week, hope your following comes at first, and then that you can kind of stick with it, or that your games go well, or your team's going to pick you up, but you're never quite sure what's going to happen. Like, there's no sense of security when you're playing in the Challenger Series. we'll see what happens now. But yeah, I hope I haven't been streaming for a while, but I hope people are still willing to watch me if once I do come back.
And finally, I've heard a lot about this NA training ground. Unfortunately, I was told that you couldn't go, and anyone with competitive experience couldn't actually go. So it was kind of strange to me when this first was announced. Was this something you set your eyes on and something you wanted to participate in?
Yeah, like it would have been great, but then this opportunity came, and then I heard I wasn't eligible. I don't. Yeah, with the NACS ruling, I think it should be a little more lenient, probably, to allow more challenger players. It's been a while since they've played like a split or so off, even. I don't know, but something like that.
Is there anyone you're looking at in the NA training ground to really break out? I understand there's a lot of players going there. I think Tuesday Chicken is the top mid laner going there. Like, do you have any expectations for anyone else going? Because I don't even know the list.
Yeah, I don't know the list is the problem. I would have to see who's actually eligible to play. I'm trying to think. Like most of the players have actually played a few games in the NACS, so it makes it hard. But Tuesday Chicken is a good player.
Finally, do you have any last words you want to say to fans out there? I get asked the question, what do you think about Arcsecond all the time? So you've got crazy amount of dedicated fans. Any final words to say to them?
Yeah, I just want everyone who does support me and helps out watch the stream or just asks what I'm up to. I really appreciate everyone who tunes into what we do. And then shout out to Liquid for giving me this opportunity and our sponsors. Yeah, and sorry about the performance today, but thank you for watching.
I'm Scarra here with the current rank 1 North American player in the ladder. I'm here from theScore eSports. You can find more content online or on our mobile app. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a nice day.